Welcome back to Edupreneur Diaries. I'm back for another budget closeout, one of my favorite videos to make. I am 3 weeks behind on this video, but I promise you there is a reason why. So let's take a look at my January monthly budget. I'll show you how I use my calendar and my expense tracker that shows you all the items that I spent for the month of January. And I'll also tell you whether I am over or under budget in certain categories. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberly, and on this channel, we talk about ways to unlock your financial freedom by incorporating planning, productivity, and personal finance into your daily routine so that you can level up your life by getting out of debt and taking control of your 24 hours. So if you want to learn more, hit the subscribe button and keep watching. Okay, so I have missed you guys. I did not realize how much I would miss YouTube because I'm a newbie to YouTube. I haven't been around very long. So by the way, if you're watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But I really missed you all in the last month. But here's what happened. So I told you guys that I'm claiming a new home in 2023. I've been saving and whatnot. So yes, I closed on a home on January the 27th, but I'm not going to say too much about it because I'm going to save it for the YouTube video, okay? So stick around for that. But today we're talking about my January budget closeout. So I'm just now getting around to it because, as I said, I was closing on a home, so everything has been crazy. As you may know. So let me just start by telling you what I use to do my budget. And remember, these sheets that you guys are looking at right now are new. I created these, I think, in November of 2022. Before that, I was using the Budget Mom sheets. Now I'm using my own sheets. And forgive me for having December up here. It should say January. I'm not sure. I think I was tripping when I was writing that. But anyway, the calendar is what I use. I also use an expense tracker, and then you'll see my monthly budget. So I'm going to take you guys through these 3 sheets here. I want to make sure you guys see my actual sheets in my handwriting so you know this is real. Everything that I do here is absolutely real. So I wanted you to see my actual worksheets, and that's what I do in the closeouts. And that's kind of, I guess, why I like the closeout so much. I did not think I would, but I do like these closeouts. So let's go ahead. Let's start with the calendar. So let me tell you how I do my calendar. Just like the Budget Mom, I go ahead and write in my dates for the entire month. And again, this is for January, so you're going to see those dates there on the screen. Now, the next thing that most people do is enter their bills and when they are due on the calendar. Now, I don't put my bills on the calendar just because I'm looking at my budget sheet right next to my calendar. So I don't feel like I need to do that. It's a little bit repetitive for me. So I don't enter my bills, but most people enter their bills on the calendar. So you can definitely do that, which is step number 2 here. But what I do is step number 3. I enter my credit card due dates because if you guys don't know, all of my bills go to my credit card. Every single one of them. And then I pay off the credit card. So that is how I budget. So what I do is I enter my credit card due dates on the calendar. And that's how I use my budget calendar. Now I will add some subscription cancellation dates on here as well as a reminder. Let's say I did like a 7-day trial of something and I want to remember to go and cancel it. I'll put that on here as well. Or I'll also put my paydays on here. So any paycheck that I'm going to get, whether it's personal or business pay, I tend to put it on my calendar just so that I'll know when income is coming in and you know what I need to go back and check. So that is also here as well. Then I added at the bottom of my calendar monthly goals. So I have about 5 goals that I want to write down every single month. And then I have a to-do list. Now, do I actually get through these things every single month? Absolutely not. But these are things that I kind of want to look at every time that I'm looking at my calendar, which is every day. And hopefully it reminds me to go back and do some of these things. Now, if you notice, I have medical bill at the bottom of my to-do list. I went and I had to have surgery in October. I'm not sure if you guys watched my video where I mentioned I had to have surgery. And so I do have medical bills now, something that I've never had before. Most of them I've paid off. I do have one left. So you don't see that on my budget because I'm paying it out of the sinking fund. But I do want to let you guys know that I do have medical bills now because of that surgery. So let's move on and talk about the expense tracker. Okay, so all of my bills are set to auto pay to a credit card. Now, as long as the bill allows me to auto pay, then I'm going to definitely auto pay. Now, some of these things are going to change for February and March. I'm excited about doing those videos because I will be out of my apartment into a house. So I'm kind of excited to see what that budget is going to look like. But everything is on auto pay to a credit card. And what I do with my expense tracker is at the top, I put the account, which is borrowed. That is my primary bank account. I love it. It's an online bank. Right now, my savings is earning 5% interest, you guys. 5% interest just because the interest rates have gone up. So as long as I keep it under $5,000, it's 5% interest. Now, when you go over $5,000, it drops. But right now, it is 5% for borrow. Now the month for this is January. Again, I'm not sure why I wrote December, but this is January's expense tracker, you guys. So my starting balance was $2,027.53. Then I deposited my income, my paycheck. I am a teacher. And so there is my deposit. So my balance is $6,803.91. So that is what I started with for the month of January. And then you can see my expenses that I've written down there. Okay. So, I want to mention to you guys how I use my app for notifications as well. So when I get my credit card notifications via my app, I go ahead and write down those expenses on my expense tracker. So anytime my bills are on auto pay, it's going to notify me, you know, when that bill is paid. And that's when I'm going to write that down on my expense tracker. Now, a lot of these things that you see on the first of the month are things that I am manually transferring to different sinking funds or different bank accounts. So a lot of those is what you see. That's why I have so many first of the months here, because like I said, it's a lot of it is just me transferring money to various accounts. I am a firm believer of having multiple bank accounts, and I have a lot of them. Maybe I'll do a video on those bank accounts, but that's just me. Everybody's different. So do whatever it is that you want to do that's going to help you. But anyway, step number 4 here, I update each row and balance as I write down the transaction. So you can see me updating that in the balance column there on the end. And step number 5, I update my rollover balance at the end of the month. Now, depending on how much of a rollover I have, I'm either going to roll it over to the next month, or if I have a lot left over, maybe I'm going to move some of it to a sinking fund or do something with it. But as you can see at the bottom of this expense tracker, I had $3,001.47 left over. That's because I was able to put my $1,000 in for the month of January. Remember, you guys, I'm trying to get to a $5,000 cushion because I want to have, you know, $5,000 as a cushion, because that's how much almost how much my paycheck is. So I want to be 1 month ahead. Okay. So that's my goal by May 2023. So I'm already at $3,000, and you can check out one of my previous videos and my community tab to see my goal for that. But I'm super excited that I was able to add that $1,000 in, especially with me buying a house and everything that I'm doing right now. I was still able to do that. So if I'm over budget, I typically transfer money from my fund money account into my borrow account to make things right, you know, if I go over budget. But so far I haven't had to do that, thank goodness, because typically when I go under or over in certain categories, it balances out. Okay. All right. So let's move on and talk about what I went over and what I went under on in each category. And like I said, it balances out, so I never have to, you know, move money typically from my fund money account. But that's how I do it, though, in case you're wondering, you know, what I do if I'm over. Okay, so the variable expenses that I was over budget on for the month of January was water. So my water bill was $70.35. I budgeted $60, so it was over. My grocery number one was $166.68. I budget $130, so I was over. And then my gas number two was $60. My budget was $45. So I was over in those three categories. I was under in gas number one, electricity, my manicure, and groceries number two. So if this is your first time watching, as of January, this is completely going to change now that I'm moving, but I get gas twice a month and I get groceries twice a month. So that's why you see groceries 1 and gas 1, and then groceries 2 and gas 2. That's how I do it. But I'm pretty sure that's going to change because I'm moving further out, and so I'm probably going to use more gas now. And groceries, probably the same thing. I'm going to try to cook a little bit more. So we will see what the next month brings. We'll see. That's all I can say. We'll see. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I was so excited about getting my internet bill down to $55. I think it was $60 before. I was so excited about that. I told you about Erica Colbert's challenge for November. And now that I'm moving, it's probably going to go up about $15 just because I'm getting a new internet service. We have fiber out where I'm going. So anyway, that's okay. Eventually I'm going to try to get that down too, but we'll see what happens. But you can see my fixed expenses as well. These do not change. These amounts don't change. So everything was fine with the fixed expenses. So I only really have to worry about my variable expenses. Of course, my debt doesn't change. Oh, speaking of debt, oh my goodness, you guys, I have some big news. I'm going to save it for another video. I just thought about that. So we'll talk about my student loan debt and what happened to me right before I closed on my house with the student loans, y'all. I'll save it for the next video. No worries. But my Kia Telluride is my debt down here. My only debt at the bottom. Speaking of my Kia Telluride, so 2 good things happened to me in January, and then 1 terrible thing happened. Oh gosh, I'll save that for a video as well. I'm saving everything for a video. Cash envelopes, of course, that doesn't change. My sinking funds, now this is probably going to change a lot now that I'm moving. My investments will probably change a little bit as well. So stay tuned for February and especially March. That's going to be a game changer, okay? But that is my January budget closeout, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have stuck around with me till the end, please make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every single time Edupreneur Diaries posts a new video. Thank you guys for watching.